Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for being here again, and I hope I can inspire you again with some ideas I have. We're gonna dive right in the next episode of the Zig Zag Journal, and this is the second signature. The dangle I know what I want to make here, but it's drying. I reinforced the image and the frames I want to use. So that's that. Where is it? Here. Here I want a flip down. Do I reinforce that a bit? Yeah, I think I'm going to put some tape on there. It'll be a nice element, and because I have the feeling it might tear. That. My thinning shears. Yeah. I thought I'd give them a better place than in my drawer. Now I really had to think where I put them, but my scissors are on that side on hooks. And now I have a bit of tape here. That's not good. And now I have to get it off. Not easy at all. Yeah, no, not completely, because otherwise it won't stick there. Let's see. How am I going to do that? I think I'll cut into it like that. Then it reinforces this and that. And I'll cut. Ooh, that was a little paper too, but that doesn't matter. So yeah, I hope you're doing well, and everything is okay on your end. Here everything's still normal and quiet, and I'm fine with that. Like I said in previous videos, I'm still filming with nice weather. It's sunny again, so it really feels like summer all over. I think let's see. It has to be enough. I thought maybe I got away too little, but I think it's okay. Like that, and then here. Yeah, that should be enough, but we'll see. I'm going to put this to the side. It's for another project. And here, this image I chose. Yeah, the sisters in bloom in the Felicity Collection are all so very beautiful. So it was hard which one to pick. I didn't ink that, sorry. Just a bit. And I want it backed with that. I'm thinking if I want to, I think I'll want it a bit. Not much, but just a bit. And I didn't know if I said it in an earlier video, but my grandson had a bit of trouble getting back to school. He always has that when, yeah, also the swimming lesson. He also, yeah, really has to get back into it. But so he was very nervous and crying before the first day in school, and when he got out of school the first day, my daughter was so anxious to know how it went, and yeah, it was all great. He saw his friends again, and he liked his new teacher, and no problem at all. And it always goes like that. And yeah, for some reason he can't put himself over it to remember, last time I did this situation and everything went well, so I don't have to be afraid or nervous. And but yeah, that's so bad for him, because yeah, it's he suffers for it, and yeah, and then he finds out, oh, it's not necessary at all. If he just could yeah, sorry, it makes a lot of noise. If he just could remember, oh, last times it also went well, so not to worry. But maybe when he's a bit older, in October he will be 6. So yeah, and he's nothing like my daughter when she was that age. She was so free as a bird, and yeah, very childlike and playful. So my son-in-law is much more of a thinker and worries. Yeah, my daughter can worry, but not as a child. That's more when she grew older that she began to worry about a lot of things. And yeah, let's see, I want something else behind it also, just for some extra interest, just a bit of color. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I like that here is a bit more to see. Yeah. Oh, I'm always putting my things back to where they belong, so I don't have to look for them. I know that they're there. But now I needed it again. And I want to thank you for all your lovely comments on my previous videos. It's so heartwarming, and I really like that. I love the crafting community. They're so uplifting and yeah, positive and nice to each other. I think I mentioned it before, but could be that I did that a long time ago. My sister is very good at knitting. She can really make anything, just an example, and she can make that. And so she was in a group for knitting, and they completely trashed each other in there. And she showed me some examples of her work, but also from other ones. I'm going to crinkle it a bit. It's too straightish. But I want to be mindful, like I did with the mini journal. I crinkled the complete paper and then I crinkled the face, and that wasn't nice, so I had to print it again. So just a bit. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to glue this down already. Yeah, so it was such harsh comments, and completely unnecessary, because all the work was so gorgeous. And I think that's too bad if people do that. And why? I don't understand. Why would you give such... Oh, this is very smushy. Why would you give such negative comments? And why can't you see that the other person spent a lot of time making that? And yeah, It's very strange. And too bad, because yeah, then you stop posting there, and maybe you could inspire other people. Yeah, it was really weird. I never understand why people on social media feel the need to be negative to another person. If it's something that's not your style or you don't like it, yeah, you don't have to watch, you don't have to follow that person. But yeah, and if you really don't like it, don't comment. That's fine. It's very subtle, all in color wise, but yeah, I didn't want it too bold. The kit doesn't have too bold colors and papers, but yeah, I liked a bit tone on tone. Yeah, I'm going to mark it. I think it's easier. And this, yeah, I think I told it. This will be a flip down. Maybe I'll make it a bit bigger so I can attach something to it, because I didn't really decided how I want it exactly. Yeah, I'm cutting things now because sometimes the tearing doesn't go as planned, and because in a way, almost a complete journal, I use the tool. So I want to stay in that line and that, how do you call that? Yeah, that it all fits together. I'll start here, because I don't have to go on all the way to the bottom, because I'm not going to use that piece. Or is there more color? I think I wanted it here. There is not much, there a bit. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't really matter. And then I was thinking the green, put it over here, like that. Yeah, so I can about there. Maybe I can tear this one, because this has to be straight already. No. Mostly on the end I go like that, and there's a little too much. Yeah, the schools are started for, I think, a week now. And then in October they had the autumn, or yeah, autumn fall holiday. But in about the end of September we also have the kermis, the fair in our town. So that's again something to look forward to for the children, or adults. I don't ride anymore, because when I was younger I could go in all the attractions, but when I got older it's more difficult because I get nauseous. And years ago, I took a travel pill because I read somewhere or I heard from someone that it helped, and it did. But no, I don't really mind anymore, and I go with my daughter and son-in-law with the children, and that's fine. Let's see. I think I want something on here. Let's see if I have some script that I like. And it has to be long enough. That's sometimes also a problem. Let's see. Wait. Or some lace. Of course, here you won't see much of the text. Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. You're not going to see much of it, but this is straight already, so I can glue it on there. If I do, let's see. Yeah, like that. Put on there. Can cut this and here. Maybe I can cut this also in an angle. Maybe that looks more nice, a bit more the same. And then this little piece. And now trying to cut this without cutting into the fold, because that won't be the first time it will happen. I think I'll just ink it a bit. Yes, sometimes it's just trying out things and seeing if you like it. Yeah, it looks better. Maybe I can even this one. I don't know if I want it completely or. Oh yeah, I did want it. I have, if I put it down here, yeah, I'm going to leave it. I don't know if you can see it. This is the end of the picture, but I don't really mind. Otherwise I have to put it a bit higher, and then I have to cut this away. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put this on there. And then I have to back it with something to write on, because yeah, you can flip it down, and you can write on the back. Oh, this is too much because it sticks out, but I can trim it. Yeah, like that. All my tools are on my wiper. Cut this away. Yeah, it's a bit wet still. Ah, I didn't ink that. Well, it looked like it didn't. Oh, it wasn't inked, but it is. I really like it. Oh, sticking to my fingers because there was glue on that little piece. And now it flips down. And I want to back this. This can stay. Yeah, I'm just going to back this with something, yeah, to ride on, or let's see, what do I want? Do I want something more? I do like it. Or do I have something? I could do that, but it has to be on that side because she has the flower. I can come back to that. Maybe I'll, when I'm making snippets, I get an idea. Yeah, I like it when the script is down here also. Yeah. First, something to back it. I'm thinking if I want packaging or something, because it's always nice. I think these are all too small. No, this is not real packaging. No, I don't like that. That is the wrong color. So these are my real scraps, and I have a drawer with more. No, the blue. Oh, maybe this one's nice. You won't see it, but you're not going to see it on the front because it's more pink, but I do like it. It's double-sided pink. Very cute paper. I'm going to make this straight first. Just enough so it makes it straight. Well, everything's in the way. Frame, yes. And I won't be able to exactly do it because it's already roughened up. I keep forgetting that I want to back something because I have to make it first, back it, and then roughen it up, and I keep forgetting that. But it's fine. It will be inked and it won't be a problem. That will be a nice piece. Let's go back, and then this one, just a piece off. Looks crooked, but it's not. Let's try it with glue stick, but a different one. In France at Action they had different glue sticks, so I thought I'd try. Yeah, I thought that. It's not completely straight. Let's see if I can shift it a bit. Yeah. It's a bit, I think I'll manage to yeah, I have to let it dry. It's not working. But I want it a bit rough on the back side, so it's more like the front. That one better. It's just this side that doesn't really work. I don't know why. Like that. Yes. Put the top on. Ink it a bit. This is a bit like the brown packaging. If you really want the inking to show, you have to do it a bit more, because it yeah, disappears a bit in the packaging paper. With the brown, you also sometimes you can hardly see that you inked it, so then I do it a bit extra, a bit more. Yeah, like that. Now it's a bit difficult where to put the glue. I'm going to put it a bit here. A bit here. Hopefully that will be fine. And now you have all that writing space, because it flips down like this, and this is completely for writing. And you flip it over, and it's a bit crooked. Yeah. And then it covers the page, so your journaling can be hidden if you want. That's not supposed to be there. And I don't know what it is. Yeah. Strange. It was a bit sticky. Yeah. Beautiful. So, oh, I thought, oh, it's wrong, but it's not. This is something I didn't really think of, because I took the page out. There's script and script, but I'm not concerned, because this is brown and this is white, so I don't mind that it's... I'm glad I reinforced that, because it's pretty heavy. Let's see, I'm going to go to the back. Oh, I can do... This isn't supposed to be there. It's supposed to be here. I can do that. And then I want to go to the next, like, yeah, journal card, flip out thingy. Oh, there. Oops. No, I can't find it anymore. Oh, that's strange. Here I put some more glue. Now the corner I can't find what I was, of course I know, but this will be here, this will be on top of this, and I want it sticking out. So I'm going to use the art glitter glue, and I don't want it completely stuck down. So let's see where I want. Yeah, I can put the glue here and a bit there. Okay. That it stays well, but it isn't completely stuck down, because it makes everything very stiff. That's not, yeah, beautiful. So I'm going to do it like this and see if that's enough, and otherwise I can always add more glue. And this is just for some extra interest, and I on purpose chose a very open lace, so you can see the design underneath, because it's very beautiful. And I'm just going to put some lace, some glue here and here, so it won't be flapping around, but that will be enough. The flower can be loose. Yes, like it. Put the pin in there. Not seeing it correctly. Yes. And then on this page, I wanted, first I thought about music, a strip of music paper, but I don't like it. So I chose this, to ink it a bit. And it's a corner embossing, and it's very thin packaging paper. So I'll use my glue stick, because otherwise I think it will show through. Yes. And I think it was, no, I said packaging, but that's not correct. It was a bag, and that's why a bread bag, and that's why the little hole is there. And I thought I kind of like, oh, I put too much glue, because I want this on the edges here and here, but that's sticking out, so I have to let that dry. Oh, that's embossing. Because on this side, if it sticks out, it just adds a bit of interest. It's no problem. No problem. And here I thought it was cute to have the hole stay in there. No, it has to dry. I'm going to leave it open because it really has to dry. I'm going to put it on my other glue mat, like that. And now let's find what I was looking for, that I can prepare it. It's this one. I did here the corners, but I don't have any more. I ordered them, and they're coming tomorrow. So tomorrow I can stick those corners on, but there will be an image in there. And I chose this one, and I just embossed a piece of the image. It's something different. First I wanted to put embossing on top of it, and I still am, but on top, and I really love that. And I want, I have them downstairs. My sample, the ones I already ready-made stamped, because I want something here. But I also thought about Lydia's sentiments. So I'm going to back it. I just have a light yellow cardstock. I have a lot of that. And I roughened this up a bit and inked it. Yeah, I'm fine. I think I'll do this with glue stick also. And it will go in the corners, but you can take the image out and then you can journal in this spot, but you can also journal on the back of this. Let's turn it around because I also, yeah. I'm letting this dry and then I'm going to ink the other side because it's too wet. With the flip down I didn't have much choice because I wanted to glue the image on the page, but this will be loose. And then I can curl that up a bit more. Ooh, very wet also with the with the glue stick. It feels exactly the same as if I used wet glue. It's a bit strange. I didn't think it would do that. This is very thin. I have to be very careful because otherwise it breaks. In my machine, every paper really gets very thin from the embossing. But yeah, it's not really a problem. But that's when I add embossing papers with my journals as a little gift, you could call it. And then I use scrapbook paper, so it's a bit more sturdy, and then you can use them as a journal card. But if you stick it on something, then it doesn't matter that it's thin. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to leave this because it really has to dry. I can audition a bit of this, but this will be in the tucked in the corners like that, and then you can take it out. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Then you can take it out and journal on it. I really like that idea. This I don't know exactly where it's going at the moment. Let's see, what else did I have? I still have pages I want to think about. This one I still have to fussy cut. That's okay. This also, that I glued a bit more, so that's why the paper is in there. Yeah, the collaging, I struggle so much with collaging. The snippets and tabs I want to do in a separate video so I can make them all at once. Ah, yeah, Top Talk. I knew there was something else, so I'm going to put that to the side. And here there will be a Top Talk from the image. Yeah, this can dry. Completely wet. I want to, in a way, back this with the lace. Ah, I can't stick it on here yet because this has to dry when the lace is. Oh, yeah, because the glue will be seeping through, and this will be sticking out of the page, so I can't completely finish it yet. Wait, I'm going to use this glue. And with my brush. Everything to the side. It's originally for wood, this glue, and I think I saw it from Rachel at Roxy Creations, that she used Cottage, and yeah, she had a bit of a different kind, but yeah, that's in every country they have different things. So I thought I'd just buy the wood glue and try it, and I already oh, it's not really working. More difficult than I thought, because because I want that over the image as much as possible. It's not completely possible. Yeah, so I glued some examples with this glue fabric, and it was fine. So it's nice because it's such a big bottle, and it's easy to apply, and it's for a big bottle. It has a really nice fine tip. For this particular project, it's not a problem that the tip would be more wide, but and again, this is a bit, it was a shirt I bought at a second-hand market, and this is stretchy, but if you go around it with your nails, you can see it curls up and it stretches a bit, and the threads loosen a bit, and I really like that effect. Yeah, this has to go under some heavy books, but I'll show you how it will look as if it's on the page. That has to be cleaned. That to the side, and then I think I did everything I could for today. And this will be sticking out of the page on the top and on the side, and it decorates this page again also. I want to add here something there, but this really has to dry. It's so wet. Let's see, did I have something here? This is drying also, and I have to fussy cut there. Here I need to glue another lace, because it's very visible where this lace is stuck down. So I don't like that, so I'm going to look for, but I can do that off camera because it's just putting a lace. This is very beautiful. The flip down, yeah. That will be a cluster, so I can make that in a separate video. Yeah, then I'm almost done. So I really have to think about the bit collaging I want to do. So yeah, this is completely warping, but it doesn't matter. It will be fine. Let's see if I can put it a bit in frame. What was made today? This one, like that, and the beautiful card that will be in the photo corners. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel that way. I truly, really appreciate all your comments, your likes. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a very great day, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye!